Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTBase.com. Welcome to our weekly COT review. Today we're going to be looking at the 22nd Commitments of Traders Report of 2019. And as usual, we're going to start off with the changes in commercials positions. Here we go. You can see we have rough Rice on top of a list with a 28% change in commercials positions, huge changes in large speculators and small speculators as well. Of course, this is a bearish COT change signal suggesting there could be some further declining prices coming early next week. You can see that on Friday there has already been a decent decline in the market. Jumping to the 5 years chart, we can witness that the market or traders actually are moving away from their bullish COT Extreme, which you can see was a very successful signal just before this rally. We're moving towards bearish extreme levels, but there's still some space left to reach all-time or close to all-time bearish extremes. The next market, again, a grain. We are talking about corn here, 27% change in commercials positions and 20 in large speculators, huge changes. Again, we are talking about a bearish COT change signal suggesting there could be some reaction in the market after this rally. Jumping to the 5 years chart, you can see here we have a more dynamic move towards bearish extreme levels. We're not at, well, let's say the largest bearish extremes that you can see here on the 5 years chart, but we're getting very, very close to those levels. So not only do we have a bearish COT change signal, but the COT Extreme is suggesting something could happen in the medium to long term in corn. The next market is the gasoline, where we have a 21% change in commercials positions. Of course, in this case, we are talking about a bullish COT change signal suggesting some moves higher in the market. Jumping to the 5 years chart, you can see that, well, we're still a bit closer to bearish extreme levels. You can see the most bullish extreme back in May of 2017. We still have some space left to reach those levels. So in the short term, we could see some rise in the market because of the larger change in traders' positions. Of course, it should be mentioned that correlating markets should be analyzed as well. But from the COT Extremes perspective, this trend could continue in the next couple of weeks or even month. Moving on to large speculators COT Extreme, we have Oats on top of a list with a 308 report extreme in large speculators, huge bearish COT Extreme, supporting what we've just found in corn, suggesting there could be in the medium to long term a shift in the trend. We could see a bearish trend developing soon. Heating oil is our next market with 183 report extreme in large speculators. You can see that extreme on the chart over there. Again, very, very large extreme, but in this case, we are witnessing a bullish COT extreme that, of course, could continue its rise for a couple more weeks before we see a major shift in the trend. Lumber is our next market with 171 report extreme in large speculators positions. You can see that extreme over there. We've seen even greater extremes back in 2015, for example. This, of course, is suggesting a shift upwards in the trend of lumber. You can see that in the past, basically 1 year, we've seen a very significant downward trend. This recent report is suggesting that this could change. We could see in the medium to long term much higher prices coming in the lumber market. So this was all for this review. As always, we analyze 6 markets, but of course you can analyze much more if you visit COTBase.com. Of course, you can do a more in-depth and detailed COT analysis by looking at multiple report changes. You can, of course, look at the COT index and the move index as well. We suggest to have a look at the long-term trend indicator, and of course always it's advised to look at volume and open interest analysis as well. So that was all. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope to see you next week. Have a great weekend. Take care. Goodbye.